It's about time with Rashawn. It's about time boxing, aka Mr. Trill 100 Mil. What's up to my about time boxing family and the Trill 100 Mil gang? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't say that enough to every single one of y'all who has subscribed to the channel, who has been taking out the time to watch the videos, like the videos, share the videos, and leave the comments. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subs, so let's do it. But again, if you have not subscribed to the channel already and you're watching this video or any of my videos for the first time, please subscribe to the channel and encourage others to subscribe to the channel. Pass the word about Rashawn's About Time Boxing. Don't forget to hit that notification button to stay up on the latest with us. Stay up on the latest with us. Shout out to my guy. Please subscribe to his channel too. If y'all haven't already, please subscribe to the following channels: Rebel Life Boxing, Mark Nash Boxing, Nate's Boxing Nation, YSM Boxing, E-Thriller Boxing Channel, Hustlers Home Boxing, Musically Zoned, Always Talk Boxing, Fanon International Boxing Channel. I feel like it's somebody I'm leaving out, but yeah. Oh, and Showboat TV. It's my little cousin. Got a channel called Showboat TV, so subscribe to his channel too as well. Of course, I gotta thank my audience, man. Like, listen, y'all dope as listen, y'all the dopest audience on this joint, man. You know what I mean? Like, I got love for all y'all. Marvelous Williams, Kofi's Universe, Wentworth Richardson, B Romero, Sub-Zero, Bandil, Flame on 24, J Petty, Kev C, High Queen, Donna Robinson, Princess Abdul Kareem, Willie Bateman, High Consciousness, BJ Bobo, The Key, Tone Money, Fresh Prez, The Expert Genius, Chin Checkin, Ill Mind Revolver, Juice Lee, Jonathan McGovern, Isaiah Tilson, Reginald Oglesby, Real Deal, John Doughboy, Benjamin Bryant Jr., Raw Dog, Ish, Sharif, Tiandre Richardson, Perry Robinson. Yo, man, listen. And I know it's some, like I said, I'm always going to be adding names. I wish that I could run down everybody's name, but you know what I mean? But trust me, if I didn't mention your name, believe me, you're not left out or forgotten about. I got love and appreciate each and every one of y'all. All right, so the sexuals of the Errol. Y'all still upset, and y'all still talking all of this stuff about Terence Crawford's accomplishments, and Errol Spence is the man. Oh, and by the way, Errol shot the Errol-sexuals down. He hung y'all out to dry because of all the stuff y'all been saying. But anyway, y'all get mad when people say, if y'all want to call it taking up or sticking up for Terence Crawford or whatever, y'all call it what y'all want. But the reality is, when y'all say that everything should be in Errol Spence's court, like, he should be able to take the ball and run with it, call the shots, do whatever he want, get whatever he want. Like, when y'all say everything should be in his court, that's what make the people with common sense just speak up and say, well, damn. Well, what about Terence Crawford? And again, like, I mean, it is disrespect. Y'all don't look at it like it's disrespect. And then, y'all got people talking about, oh, well, Errol ain't holding the fight up. Bud is the one holding the fight up. Anybody holding up the fight is Terence Crawford. Okay, so when Errol Spence was coming out being vocal about, the fight, when Terence Crawford wanted to fight him, when he was still with Top Rank, Errol Spence was like, man, yeah, we can make the fight happen, but he got to take this 60-40. That's what he said. Man, we can make the fight happen, but, boy, got to take this. He got to take the 60-40, man. Either take that or nothing. Either take that or, it's nothing. That's what Errol Spence said, 60-40 or nothing. And then he said, man, you need to talk to Bob. He was like, man, tell you to talk to Bob, man. Bob, we're going to make the fight happen, put Bob in the way. So everybody said Bob Arum was holding up the fight. Everybody said, oh, man, if he wasn't with Bob Arum, it'd be a lot easier to make the fight. Now, there is video footage from some years ago when Terence Crawford, I think he was doing an interview with TMZ, and he was like, man, if you really that confident in your skills and this, that, and the third and all that, it shouldn't matter. And he mentioned something about he would take a 60-40 or something like that. Yeah, he said it out his mouth. So I know a lot of people like, well, when he did an interview with TMZ, he said, and then, he didn't care about the, the split, this, that, and the third. He said, because I'm confident in my skills. I saw it. That's what he said. So y'all can go ahead and dangle that over Bud's head and say, oh, well, he said he'd take a 60-40 split. And he said that without even talking about what he has accomplished. You never heard him really bring up what he's accomplished. But when it come to Errol Spence, everybody talking about, man, Bud ain't got nothing. He don't got this. He don't got that. Look at, Spence got majority of the belts and blah, 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 blah. And again, to that, I say, all right, y'all keep talking about his accomplishments like they don't mean nothing. But when that man steps in the ring, it's just like it's no different than Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd was like at the end of his career or in the middle of his career, didn't matter, when he fought Maidana, all them other people, whatever, when they introduced him, 5 division world champion, 5, I meant 6 championships in 5 different weight classes, because it meant something. It mattered. Even when Floyd wanted to fight Oscar, everybody was talking about, oh, well, look at what Oscar did. Oscar did this. And even Oscar was a, 3-4 division world champion or something like that. And when it came, and even with Pacquiao, when Pacquiao fought people talking about, oh, man, no, Pac should be able to do this and do that. He an 8 division world champion. And you didn't hear Errol Spence griping about all that stuff when he was supposed to fight Manny Pacquiao. He respected the fact that Pacquiao was an 8 division world champion. Oh, he did. Oh, he did. Because he just wanted to fight. So he respected that. And I know y'all going to say, oh, well, why don't Bud respect the fact that, that Spence is the current unified welterweight champ? Same reason why y'all don't ask yourself why everybody trying to overlook the fact that Terence Crawford is a 3 division world champion and a former undisputed champion. And last I checked, all of Errol Spence's accomplishments was at welterweight. Crawford came from 35 to 40 to 47. Now, both of these guys have feathers in their cap. They both undefeated. So why can't Errol Spence respect the fact that that Bud is a 3 division world champion the same way he respected the fact that Pacquiao was an 8 division world champion? Now, we can argue about this back and forth thing all day. You know what I mean? So what? He a 3 division world champion. Spence is the current welterweight champion. Spence current accomplishments at welterweight. Bud accomplished, things in 3 division weight classes and still undefeated in the process. 38-0, 28 knockouts or something like that, or 29 knockouts. And, of course, we know Spence got the 28 wins. He got the 23 KOs. Okay. We can talk about that. We can debate about that stuff all day long. Now, Errol Spence and everybody else was saying Bob Arum was the issue. Once Bob got out the way, easier to make the fight. So after the Porter fight, what Terence Crawford say? Nah, I wish Bob nothing but the best, but he can't secure me the fights that I want, the big fights. Boom, and I'm going. That's why he left. And that's why in the last video, a lot of y'all start talking crazy and leaving these retarded comments and all that. Y'all know who I'm talking about. I ain't talking about my audience, because y'all the dopest ones on this joint. But like I said, you know, everybody talking about, well, why he resigned with Bob Arum, blah blah blah. Because, you know, he was trying to, same way Gervonta Davis was talking about leaving Mayweather Promotions when they first gave him the fight with Rolly. We didn't want that fight. He wanted other fights. So, you know, out of frustration, I'm leaving. But at the end of the day, he trusts his promoter. Terence Crawford was trusting them. Like, nah, like, listen, we going, you know, and the whole point of them, you know, basically, you know, like tricking him. I don't want to use that word, saying they tricked him into re-signing. But they were saying like, nah, just be patient, you know what I mean? Let us build you up. We're going to get you that Pacquiao fight. We're going to get you them big fights, knowing they never had any intentions on doing it. But, you know, the way that they was paying him and the money and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, like, people sit in your face and lie right to you all the time. And no, none of y'all tell me y'all ain't never had nobody sit in your face and lie to y'all. They lied to him. And they lied to him because they like, nah, this dude, you know what I mean, he making money, so we making money off of him, so we gonna, you know, let's just keep telling them we gonna do it, but we not gonna do it. Why you think Cameron Duncan left them? Why you think Cameron Duncan left them? And that's who promotes Jaron Ennis, by the way. But he was responsible for over 30 world champions, built 30 world champions over there at Top Rank, with Bob Arum and Todd DeBuff and this other guy. But they never had any intentions on securing those big fights for Crawford. But he gave them a chance, you know, to show. Because you don't think people was telling him he should have left Top Rank before he resigned? Like, when they was like, yo, when your time up, you need to roll, man. But he, you know, was like, you know, I'm gonna be patient, you know, and at least he proved like he ain't like other people, you know what I mean? You just trying to jump. He showed that, you know, he could be loyal, even though it was a bad choice. We know that. But that's why, but when it was crystal clear, it was crystal. And he was like, nah, that's it, I'm going. Nope, I'm not. And they wanted to re-sign him. So that's what I'm saying. So all that stuff with everybody talking about, man, you know, he ain't nothing. Look at him. You heard what Bob Arum said. He was losing all his money on it. They wasn't. Listen, if y'all believe that Top Rank and Bob Arum was losing money on Terence Crawford, y'all could believe that bullshit if y'all want. Go ahead and believe it. That's like you got somebody working for you, and every time you turn around, you losing money instead of making money with them. You ain't gonna keep them around. Or that's like having a product in your store that ain't, you know, that ain't no good, that ain't moving. You gonna do whatever you can to blow that product out, and after that you ain't bringing no more of it in. No different than if you was in a game on the street and all that. You got some bad work and wasn't moving, you already know. Now I ain't messing with them people no more. That work is trash. And good products, great products, you don't have to sell them, they sell themselves. Terence Crawford is a great product, so he didn't really even have to sell. Terence Crawford sell himself just like Errol Spence. It's just that Spence was in a better predicament with Al Heyman in them. He was just in a better predicament. If Terence Crawford would have got the same type of attention from Top Rank and Bob Arum that Errol Spence got from Al Heyman, you know, and PBC and all that, y'all all would probably be singing a different tune. They'd be neck and neck, and everybody be like, oh no, like, yeah, man, because he just as big. No, he ain't just as big. But I don't understand how y'all can say he's not just as big as Errol Spence. I don't get it. I don't understand how y'all can say that. Crawford is a draw. You ain't paying nobody that kind of money, and they not a draw. And y'all can talk the pay-per-view thing all y'all want. Top Rank didn't have no pay-per-view deal with nobody. They, you know what I mean? They just fought on ESPN. That was just it. That was it. But they was paying him well. Why? Because they were making money off of him. You think they could afford to pay him, you know what I mean, $6 million when he fought Porter? You know what I mean? And $4 million when he fought, I think, Kell Brook or something like that, and $3 million or $4 million when he fought Amir Khan and all that stuff. You think they could afford to pay him that kind of money if they were losing money on him fighting? No. They repeatedly paid this man good money. You don't do that if you losing money on somebody. You just don't do it. It's just not good business sense. You hear Leonard Ellerby and them talk about that all the time. It has to make good business sense. It has to make good business sense. So all y'all believe in that stuff, man, listen, y'all can believe it all y'all want. But, you know, like I said before, we really don't know if this fight is even going to get made. So I'm telling y'all now, if y'all going all, you know, if y'all not hearing it, if PBC or Showtime, if you don't see them put it on their Twitter, their Instagram, you don't see Floyd put it up on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, or Crawford or Spence themselves put it up, everything else is clickbait. It is. Everything else is clickbait. And I'm not going to just put stuff out there, you know what I mean, just to try to, you know, draw people in, to keep, you know what I mean, to keep people in, because if you genuine with your audience, you don't have to do that. And if you don't know what's going on, then be straight up about it and say you don't know. You don't got to sit up there and make up stuff like everybody out here is doing. There's only a few people out here that's really telling the truth about what they know based on the research that they did, based on what they know about the fight. Everybody got this fight, you know what I mean? Everybody got different dates already. And y'all can research this information yourself. The only thing that I saw when all of this stuff kicked off, they were trying to come to an agreement so that they could fight in October. But it's probably not going to happen. More than likely, it's not going to happen. But what I said I thought that they were doing, they're definitely doing that. When I said I felt like that they both were training, you know what I mean, just keeping sharp, staying in shape, so that when an agreement is made, Derrick James came out and said, yeah, Spencer's training. And there already been videos with Crawford out there, you know what I mean, training and different things, working on his stamina, all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So these guys are, you know, are training. So whenever the fight gets made, I wish that I knew what the holdup was. You know what I mean? Listen, I can't say that Spence is holding up the fight, and I can't say that Bud is holding up the fight. But I do know that the offer that they made Terence Crawford was an insult to him. And the guy, Tim Smith, I think is his name, the director of promotions or operations or something like that over at PBC, he already said that. He said that the offer that they make, Bud, he was like, he gonna be insulted by it. So obviously, you know what I mean, is, you know, and then for them to say that, you know, that they don't think that it's any money, you know, they don't think that the money is there for the fight. I don't get that either. I don't understand. Because anybody with a clear mind, you know what I mean, and any type of intelligence can see that this fight is, I can't say it enough. The fight is sold. It just hasn't been made yet. But I guarantee you, the minute they announce the fight date and them tickets go on sale, that's going to be a wrap. Gone. And the pay-per-view numbers are going to go through the roof. And I don't know now, and again too, like, I don't know if all of this stuff too is a plot or a ploy to, you know what I mean, like just to build up the, you know what I mean, the anticipation and the hype for it, and have everybody on the edge so that when they do announce it, people, you know what I mean, everybody couldn't wait, you know what I mean, everybody wants to see the fight so bad, they like, ain't no way I'm not gonna miss this joint. So this all could be, it could be, you know what I mean? This all could be, you know, publicity and, you know, and business move, you know what I mean? Just to build the fight up even more. It could be. I don't know. But I do know it's going to be a hell of a fight. And that fight is not going to go 12 rounds. And a lot of people was leaving messages talking about, oh, Bud going to lose easy. You know, Spence going to knock him out. Spence going to whoop his ass. Spence going to do this. Spence going to do that. Y'all must really believe that Bud is a walk in the park. I don't know whose career most of y'all following or what fights y'all been watching, but y'all couldn't have been watching Terence Crawford's fights. There's no way. And Bud gave Spence all the props. He said, man, when he was fighting in the Olympics, man, like, I was a fan. I was pulling for him. So he a good fighter. He ain't take nothing away from him. I don't take nothing away from neither one of them. Spence don't got 3 belts for nothing. He got those 3 titles for a reason. But Terence Crawford is a 3-division world champion for a reason too. And come fight night, that's when we gonna find out who's gonna walk away with all the jewelry. Period. What Rashawn is cooking.